Okay, walk around on a 1969 Dodge Travco family wagon. So it's the long wheelbase version with the Travco Vista top. Spare tire in the back. Good bumper, large enough to step on. There's my foot. You can see how deep it is. Luggage rack. This side. Front passenger door is not closed all the way right now. That's why the gap looks big. Sliding windows with screens at the top. There's a channel extrusion here for an awning, which is included and shown in some of the other pictures. I have the step with the family wagon logo, kind of like this, that goes right here for the front passenger. Okay, there's the front. It's pretty tall. It's just a few inches over 8 feet tall. I don't know, 8'2" or 8'3" or something like that. So keep that in mind if you're going to have it shipped. Okay, I'll do all of the inspection items now so that you can see that everything works. Okay. Do headlights. Headlights. Both tail lights. Oh. This one is license plate light is somewhat finicky because the factory has it grounding through the hinges. So if it doesn't work, you just wiggle the hinges. Probably could use to stand to clean them up there. Okay, that's headlights. Turn the key on. Left blinker. See it blinking. Left. Left. Right blinker. Right. And right. I don't have my wife handy right now, so I can't show you the brake lights. So she comes, I'll show them in a second. Turn those off. Flashers. Flashing. Still, everything flashes front and back like it does with blinkers. I don't have it inspected in Texas right now, but it should pass Texas state inspection. Okay, flashers off, wipers, yeah, and they return to home on their own. Windshield washer with the plunger, the foot plunger. You can see them going there. I just have water in the tank right now, but pretty cool those still work. Horn. Well, horn is finicky. Yeah. Well, I said the horn worked. It's intermittent. There it goes. I don't know. Sticky relay or contacts. I haven't checked that. Here's the factory radio that was upgraded by South Texas Antique Electronics. Has an auxiliary input cable that plugs into the back of the radio. It's now FM with auxiliary input, and there's a new speaker by Retro Sound. Here the stereo is wired to supply power for 4 45-watt speakers and a sub, but I only have this in here now. New heater core and foam seals all there. I just took all of that apart. New heater core and everything. New glove box. Reproduction. It's good shape. Okay. Show operation, all doors close. Well, closes solid. Windows roll up and down. Wing windows. I don't open these very often, but it does open. Okay. This one was open, so I'll close it. Closes good. Open smoothly. This one open. Rolls down smooth. Rolls up smooth. Wing window. And it works fine. Okay. Now the cool thing, I'll turn this landscape so you can see. Yeah, open this. Do that again. There's the hooks to the rod on the floor. Automatic retracting step. Okay, so first we'll operate these windows. Cranks open. This door opens all the way. Same kind of window. Crank it open, crank it closed. We'll open this one over where the stove will ultimately be. Okay, crank it open, crank it closed. Okay, rear. Oh, I have that open. Well, here's the rear windows. Pop open windows. They open and close as they should. Original weather strip, but it's still in pretty good shape. I'll come out here, show you that they open and close. Okay, so the left one opens all the way. The right one doesn't open all the way because the spare tire doesn't actually hit the lens, which is good. It bumps against the body. It's okay. So close the rear. Again, original weather stripping on all the doors and windows, but really in pretty good shape. All doors close well. Okay, and we'll go up into the camper top. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm standing up. That's the compartment over the driver and passenger seat. Turn around. That's the aft wall, and then up under that area, or above that area, is the luggage rack on the outside. Okay, we have screens here. Let's move the screen. It's open. Nose latch. Same on this side. Screen. Moving a bit fast. Okay. That one's kind of stiff. Really. Some oil and clean out the gunk out of the track. Okay, these bars here. See, there's 2 brackets there, and then one here, and same up here. It's the placard, weight limit 175 pounds. So originally there was a piece of canvas strung between these 2 poles like a old army cot. and I have these zip tied in place now so they don't bounce around, but you would move this pole to this position, and then you have a, a bed for somebody up to 175 pounds. I weigh 220 pounds, and I can hang off of when this one is in the sleeping position. I've hung off of both of these, and it holds fine. So presumably an adult could sleep up there. There's also I have the part. It's not installed right now, but there's a cushion, a vinyl upholstered cushion that fits on top of the doghouse, and it has a fold-out leg that folds up and turns. The original Travco literature has this area is called like a child's seat, or a child's bed. It's kind of a stretch, but that's what they did. Okay, I'll show. So this is the original sink location right behind the driver's seat. There's the battery box. I do have the lid for it and a spare base. Just don't have it installed right now. It's the original 110 volt outlet. It goes up to this box here, and you can plug a outlet into the side of the van. Likewise, this hose here runs to a female hose connection on the outside of the van. You can plug a water hose in there, and then in the original cabinet there's two faucets, one right here with its own knob that was run off of the faucet water, and then there's a water tank. The original water supply tank is underneath the step. You can see it. That's not it. Okay, you can see this is it. Where is it? Right here. It's between 12 and 13 gallons based on the measurements. I removed it and soldered up one little tiny pinhole in it. I've leak checked it to, I don't know, 5 psi, and it's intact. Put a new drain valve in it. So there is a vinyl hose that ran from there to another faucet on the sink, and so the sink could either be supplied with, campsite water from a water hose or from water from the 13-gallon water tank. And then the drain just dumps straight at the bottom, and that's just a vent. This is the stove top. That's just the sheet metal top. I have the burners in a box in the shop, but my intent is for it to go about here, which is where the original stove and oven was going to go. I decided not to go with an oven. So anyway, there'd be a stove. The intent would be to build a wood cabinet in this area, mount the stove in the sink, propane bottle underneath with some storage. Originally, this sheet metal compartment here held a 10 or 12 inch diameter propane cylinder. Just pretty big, probably more than the average weekender needs. So my intent was to cut this front face out of here, cut that out, and then I have a window unit, a 110 volt window unit that fits nicely in that box with enough room for cooling. And then you could run an inverter and plug the AC in at night. Originally there is an ice box right behind the passenger seat. You could either put an ice box or a refrigerator there. Okay, back up and see. This is a folding bed couch that I designed and made. It uses a 6-inch thick full-size memory foam mattress. So it's in the couch position right now, obviously. Has these lock pins that keep it firmly in the couch position, which way you can see better. But I'll remove them, pull the lock pins out of each side. I don't know how to. It's not too bad to do this by yourself. It's a little more difficult to do it by yourself with one hand, because I'm holding the camera with the other. You fold it down, it kind of makes a funny motion. You fold the legs up, say legs here, grab that, fold it up. See if you can get a view of how it moves here. And then it folds down. And there's a ding in the vinyl, which is me doing this before I put the pads on. So, and then to lock it in place, you just lift it up. So now it's a full-size bed. It takes up pretty much the whole area. I'm 6 feet tall, and I don't hang off of either end. Probably way bigger than other camper beds. I'll get in the open the front door so you can see really how big it is. Pretty good size. Okay. While we're up here, the engine compartment. Okay, first new FSR aluminum radiator made to fit the A100, A108 vans. There's fat mat, and then also some cool mat fiberglass sound insulation. This foil covering does a good job of keeping the sound and the heat down. Freshly overhauled 318. The specs are in the listing. When I got it, some of the engine compartment wiring was toast, so I replaced what needed to be replaced. Cover is redone. Fits in the stopper how it should. That's all in good shape. Has the original belly pan. So door limiter straps that are intact on both sides. Has the original belly pan, you can see. Good shape. So has the factory option dual booster power brakes. So I'm under, there's the transmission tail shaft. There's one booster, and there's the other booster. That's the new muffler here. So it's drum brakes all the way around, but actually stops really well for drum brakes because of the dual boosters. This is where the original propane cylinder went. I have this zip tied closed, but you'd lift that up to service the bottle. Curb feelers. The charger style fuel cap. Cool. Dan Beard made the adapter. Okay, here's where you plug in your water hose for the sink. Here's where you plug in 110 volt. This is a sink vent. Yep, there you go. Look at some of the emblems. Dent here. Grill is a little banged up, but certainly not bad. I have a spare grill too. Family Wagon emblem. Excuse me. Okay. There's a State of California tag, and there's the Family Wagon tag from when they converted it to the camper. There's fat mat. Pretty much in all the sheet metal areas. You can see it on the left hand side wall. It's also on the right wall underneath these original fiberglass panels. Turn it this way. Fat mat on all the flat surfaces so it doesn't oil can. That's 1/4 inch plywood sheeting. You can finish it out how you want. I stopped here because the rest of that will be covered up with cabinet. Sun visors. Oh, these dome lights work. I'll show you those real quick. Okay, 1, 2. Instrument panel lights work. Off. The brake, they call this the brake sentinel light. It's like a, I don't know if it's a brake pad wear or brake master cylinder fluid checker, but it works when you turn on the key. I lied. Thought it did. Maybe it's when you... There it goes. Okay, that's a cold start. It has an RV style cam. The specs are in the listing. Maybe still be running a little bit rich, but I have a carb tuning kit for that. Runs well. Good oil pressure, charges. I think that's it for now.